Welcome back to SEV Today. Mike Bjorkman joining us for his weekly segment on real estate. We always appreciate having you on the program, Mike.
Good morning and thank you.
Yeah, all things good?
Everything's wonderful.
Did you have a good night last night?
Yeah, late night, got home after midnight, but...
The comedy?
It was fun. Good cause.
Good cause.
People. Hilarious comedians.
Let's talk about the subject at hand. Broker versus agent. This is something even Brandon Morris came up to us this morning and was saying, okay, what is the difference? Well, guess what? That's the first question. What is the difference between a broker and an agent?
The biggest difference is, a lot of people say, I want to hire a realtor, I want to hire a real estate agent, I want to hire a real estate broker, and we combine all those words as the same thing. And so with our series that we want to talk about things that a lot of agents and brokers don't want to talk about, that's why we're talking about it. But the biggest difference is education. Experience and education. To be a broker, you're going to need a few years full-time experience in the business, and you're going to need much more education. And that's the biggest difference.
So education, what are you learning that's different? What is the education to become a broker?
Well, to get your real estate license, you only need a few classes, and it takes a couple months. But to be a broker, it's years and years. And I wrote down some of the classes that is required. And not only do you need real estate practice, legal aspects, finance and appraisal, but there's a bunch of other classes. And these are actual college courses that we take: business law, property management, escrow, the aspects of real estate, mortgage. What else do we have here? Advanced appraisal, computer applications in real estate. And interest in development, so we get into a lot of commercial as well.
The kind of basic definition broker is someone who represents many or can get different, different companies. Like an insurance broker would have Allstate Farmers, all the way down. An agent would probably work for just one company. Is that accurate? Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah, in the real estate field, it's the same way. As a broker, I have 80 agents that work for me. As a broker, I can run other companies, such as SCV Leasing. I could work as my own, or I can work with other companies. A lot of brokers get their broker licenses in different states, so they can have different divisions in different states. And you just have a lot more responsibility. So it's not a bad thing to have.
He's looking at me, Brooklyn. He's looking at me like, what's next? I know what I want to know is when you're hiring an agent, and you've got, agent one and agent two. One is a broker, one is an agent. Why would you hire the broker over the agent?
There's a lot more responsibility a broker has. We're held to a whole different level. A real estate agent has to go to the broker for everything. Look at my paperwork. Can I do this? I'm thinking about. We're just responsible for every action that they have. As a broker, with all the experience and education, you can feel more comfortable and confident going to that person saying, "Hey, this is some experience here, and this is." It's like going to a stockbroker who's been in the business one day versus 10 years. You get that kind of comfort level. I think it's less than 1% of all agents nationwide have a broker's license. And not so many people know that. Most people don't want to go out and get the extra education, or just simply can't. They don't have the time, they don't have the drive. So.
And if they don't have the drive to better themselves, they probably don't have the drive to sell your home, right?
And there's something else that's called a broker associate, and that's what we try to hire a lot of people that have gone the extra mile to get the education, to get the experience. And you'll see that on people's business cards, and people ask me that, what's a broker associate? And that's simply, like at HomeSmart, we have many broker associates that took the initiative to get the broker's license, but they still work under me at HomeSmart. And that's a nice level of confidence to know. We have a lot of those running around.
What about those that say, well, I have a degree in real estate, and they just went to real estate school and took a few courses. I have a degree. What's the difference? Is there a difference when it comes to actually hiring an agent?
If you have a degree in real estate, that means you've taken all these classes that I have. So if you've gone to a four-year school and you've gotten your degree in business and did all the real estate classes, you actually can go ahead and get your broker's license because you've done the necessary courses. So. Lawyers, they've taken all these classes, so they're eligible for their broker's license right out of the gate because they've been through all this as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
And a broker can also set up trust accounts.
Yeah. We set up our trust accounts, we set up our escrow accounts, we could run a BRE guided escrow company. There's a lot of different
BRE?
stuff. Bureau of Real Estate.
Okay, thank you.
Used to be department, now it's BRE, it's hard to remember.
Okay.
But yeah, we're governed by the BRE, and that's who, as always, it's like Big Brother looking down on us at all times. So there's a lot of strict guidelines and regulations that I as a broker have to adhere to. And when you're an agent, you just kind of, you sell homes, but you don't have to be responsible for others' actions.
Some agents, after their names, they have all these initials and all these, letters after their names for all these accreditations that they have. So when hiring an agent, should you just automatically say, this person has these, so I need to hire them, or should they still be interviewing?
Oh, of course, yeah. One of the things in America we love to do is put the little abbreviations on our business cards, and that could be important. Like I have certifications for seniors and things like that. So if you are a senior citizen and you are worried about your tax situation, some agents with those credentials have got that certification, and they do know a little bit more. Some specialize just in residential. Then there's commercial designations. So the more of those you see doesn't necessarily mean they're a better agent. Just depends on the exact situation what you're doing.
Because I noticed you have all those, and you don't put those after your name. Right. So that's why I'm wondering.
It would fill up the entire business card. After 20 years of education and continuing education, of course, we have every certification that I'm aware of.
You have to have a legal-sized business card. A business card.
Could be a new thing, Mike. You never know. You never know.
Continuing education is a really big thing for brokers. And with, like right now, starting I think it's November 1st, our entire purchase agreement is completely different than it was last year. So as a broker, we spend hours and hours studying this. We work with our legal team, our insurance legal team, our legal hotline through the Association of Realtors, and we have to take a lot of classes. And it's hours and hours and hours, because when you want to buy a home, we have to represent you to the best of our ability, and there's a lot of things that change. So every time the contract changes, it's all due to whatever lawsuits were last year or whatever didn't work out. Yeah. So, like Roxanne in our office, she just went through an 8-hour class. And she's the one that's in charge of our paperwork. So, and now here I am going through.
That is a more than full-time job, going over that, making sure that it's all.
It's really intense. So the bottom line is, to be a broker, it shouldn't be something that's just thrown out there lightly. Oh, I have a real estate broker. Are you sure? You know what I mean?
Mike, this is good stuff. Thank you very much. This was an education. You got the education. You gave us the education.
Got the education.
Appreciate it. Morris, do you know more now about the difference between broker and agent?
I do. I'd like to thank you. My main question, though, basically, so you're getting more bang for your buck if you hire a broker than just a real estate agent, correct?
Right. It's a good way to put it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to make all the real estate agents mad that aren't brokers, but truth is the truth, I guess.
If you put in the time and you get the education, it's the way it is.
Mike Bjorkman, HomeSmart Realty in real estate. HomeSmart Real Estate.
Thanks, buddy.
Get that out.
And we'll be back.
When we come back, Joe Messina is with us. Guess what he's bringing?
Wild stories.
Wild stories. We'll say it that way. We'll be right back.